Hi, welcome to today's video. My name is Paul. So this week I'm going to look at the idea of what is an artist and also the idea of why that is a little bit important. So we're going to try and answer those sort of questions. On screen you can see a guy, Vincent van Gogh. Would you consider him to be an artist? I think a lot of people do think of him as an artist. In fact, I would even say that for some people he is the sort of quintessential artist. He is the poster boy for artists, if you like. You ask a lot of people who maybe don't have a huge amount of interest or knowledge of art to name an artist, and at least some of them will name Vincent van Gogh. He's quite well known. But according to some people, or some definitions of what an artist is, Vincent doesn't meet the criteria, so you couldn't call him an artist. Recently on YouTube, you know, when you go onto YouTube, it recommends videos to you. Some of them are relevant, some of them you wonder, why is it showing me these videos? I have no interest in this. At least this is the experience I have. So one of the videos that I was recommended by YouTube recently was by someone whose name I can't remember, a young YouTuber, an artist, who made a video. I can't remember all the names, so I'm just going to call that person Person A. And Person A made a video about Person B. Quite a negative video, in which Person A claimed that Person B was not a real artist because she was not making money directly from her art. Instead, she was making videos about the business side of art, being an entrepreneur, and sharing ideas for how you can perhaps monetize your art and try to make a living as an artist. But Person A was attacking this idea and saying that you can't call yourself an artist if you're not actually making money, most of your money from your art. Instead, you're making it from sponsorship deals or ad revenue on YouTube or whatever it is. And I think this is a ridiculous definition of an artist, because if you apply that, then Vincent van Gogh was not an artist, because he really didn't make money from his art. It was some time after his death before his paintings started to become in demand. During his lifetime, of course, he lived financially. He survived because his brother sent him money every month or every few months, whatever it was. But as I say, he would have failed that criteria for the definition of an artist. So why does this matter? Who cares? Two YouTubers are attacking each other, whatever, who cares? But it does have some importance. The idea of what an artist is. The reason I keep doing these videos is because I think maybe now and again I maybe help to encourage people to make art or to continue making art. So that's a reason for making these YouTube videos. The thing that I'm concerned about is maybe some people see these weird definitions of artists, or very restrictive or narrow definitions of what an artist is, and it maybe puts them off making art because they think, well, I don't meet those criteria, therefore I'm not a real artist, I should just give up. My concern is that. So what is an artist then? Well, in my opinion, pretty much everybody has some artistic ability and something of an artist within them. The difference is that some people pursue that. They explore their creativity, and so they're being an artist, whereas other people don't. For whatever reason, they're not trying to explore their creative side, so those people are not artists. They still have the potential to be an artist, but at the moment they're not actually pursuing that. That's kind of my definition of an artist, which I know is not a fantastic definition. It's very loose and a bit abstract, but I think the problem with how you define an artist is you could just say an artist is a person who makes art, but then you have to define what art is, and that's where it all sort of falls apart. because different people have very different ideas about what art is. On screen you can see two images. The one on the right is, if you're into modern art, if you're into art history, you've probably seen this image before. It's quite famous. This was actually by a French artist, primarily I think a sculptor, but also he did painting as well, Marcel Duchamp. And he entered this, there's an exhibition, and it was basically open to anybody. You had to pay some sort of entry fee or something, and then you could hang a painting or put up a piece of sculpture or whatever it is. And he entered this. Now obviously this object it was not made by him. It's a factory produced object. All he did really was to write the name R. Mutt and the year 1917 on the side. And he titled this Fountain. And it is a well-known piece of art, maybe. It's very controversial. Some people say it's art, some people say it isn't. And it gets this whole idea of what art actually is. The image on the left, on the other hand, is not well known, very obscure, no idea who the artist is. But some people will look at these two images and they'll say, well, the one on the left is art. It's an actual painting, it was created by a person, it's a piece of art. The image on the right, it was manufactured in a factory somewhere. It's not art, it's just an object. But if I was to give you a little bit more information about the image on the left and tell you that this wasn't painted by a person, it's actually AI generated. So a person somewhere typed a few words, a prompt, into an AI generator, and the algorithm then produced this image. Does that change your idea about whether or not it is art? So the point I'm trying to make is we all have different ideas about exactly what art is or what art isn't, and therefore trying to narrow down exactly some criteria by which you can define an artist is, I think, tricky. So it's getting back to the whole idea of don't let anybody tell you you're not an artist just because they have some crazy idea, some criteria in their head that you have to meet in order for them to recognize you as an artist. They're just making it up. It has no meaning. Just keep making your own art in your own way. You're an artist. Whether other people recognize that or not is up to them. I think the problem with this definition of art is if you look at the two images on screen, these are both bridges. And I think we can all, or most of us, can agree that they are both bridges, even though they look very different. And they're made from different materials, and they're from very different time periods. The one on the left is a bridge from medieval Ireland, hundreds of years old. The one on the right is from Japan, and it was built within the last 50 years. The materials using very different, but they're both bridges because we can agree on the concept of a bridge. We can get some sort of definition of what a bridge is. And underneath, I think, is a good definition of a bridge. So a bridge is a structure built to span a physical obstacle, such as a body of water, valley, road, or railway, without blocking the path underneath. And most of us, as I say, can agree that general definition, and therefore we can agree what a bridge is. It's much more difficult to come up with this sort of underlying concept of art. Does art have a reason for existing? What is the reason? It can mean different things to different people. Does art even have a function the way the bridge has a function? So this is why I think it is very difficult to define what art is, and therefore it is very difficult to define what an artist is. So in my own little clumsy way, I'm just trying to say, don't let anybody tell you you're not an artist. Don't let anybody try and put you off making art. Just keep exploring your own creativity. That's the roundabout way. That's what I'm trying to say in this video. Just to finish off, share a little bit of my own art from the last couple of weeks or so. I've been doing mostly watercolors and some charcoal drawings. Probably my two favorite media. And I'm interested at the moment in winter. When I'm making this video, it's sort of towards the end of November. We just had our first cold week, lots of frosts, a bit of snow. So I was inspired to make some sort of winter type images. Okay, so as I say, just keep making your own art. Don't let anybody put you off. Keep going, keep exploring your own creativity. Make whatever kind of art you want to make. If you made it this far in the video, thank you for watching and listening, and hopefully see you again in next week's video.